All right, hey everybody. It's already chapter 7, part 1 here, this review that we're going to work on. So we got a whole bunch of problems to just practice. This the first section of 10 problems is just really reviewing the first day, the 7.1. Foiling, box method, multiplying polynomials, distributive, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go right ahead and just start pounding away here at these problems with you here. So like on the first one, I'm just going to FOIL. X times x is x squared. Multiply, the outsides, 2x. Insides, minus 6x. Last, minus 12. Combine like terms, x squared minus 4x minus 12. First one, lickety split, done. All right, second one, FOIL again. X squared, outside, 6x. Inside, 7x. Last, 42, combine like terms, x squared plus 13x plus 42. Last one in this row, when I FOIL, 2x squared times minus, then I have minus 6x, inside, minus 5x, last, plus 15. Combine those middle terms, 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. All right, let's continue. These get a little trickier. On the first one, I'm actually going x minus 6 times x minus 6. So when I FOIL this, I get x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 36. Combine those middle terms together. X squared minus 12x plus 36. All right, the next one. I got the 2 on the outside. X minus 3 times x minus 3. And then I have the minus 4. So now I have to FOIL 2 on the outside. So I have x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9 with a minus 4. Distribute the 2, 2x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 18. So I'm just multiplying all those by 2, minus 4. Got to combine my like terms. So I get 2x squared, negative 6x and minus 6x is minus 12x. 18 minus 4 is plus 14. Got my answer there. Kind of ran in on this, but that's okay. I got a little extra room over here. So I can rewrite this as x minus 5 times x minus 5 plus 8. So now I can FOIL x squared minus 5x minus 5x plus 25 plus 8. Combine your like terms. So minus 5's make minus 10x. 25 and 8 make 33. Just like that, 6 problems done. All right, next row here. This one's kind of nice because it's just a straight up distributive property. So I get 6x to the third plus, not plus. Mr. Bart's almost made minus 10x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. So yeah, you got to make sure you watch your signs on this upcoming test too. All right, this one you just distribute. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. X to the fifth. Negative 3 times negative 5 is 15. X to the third. Number 9. Love number 9. This is the one where it's kind of the combination of foiling and box. So let's do FOIL on the first two. So when I do, I get x squared plus 5x minus 3x minus 15. Combine my like terms, and I have x squared plus 2x minus 15. Now this has to be multiplied by x plus 4. So now I got to do the box method. Because I have 3 terms times 2 terms. So I can't FOIL here. So now, let's multiply these together. I get x cubed, 2x squared minus 15x, 4x squared, 8x, minus 60. Combine your like terms, x cubed, 6x squared, combine those, minus 7x, and minus 60. How about that? All right, number 10 is actually the box method, what we just did straight away. So let's go ahead and make the box. So 3x minus 2, 5x squared minus 4x plus 3. All right, so let's multiply. 15x cubed minus 12x squared plus 9x and minus 10x squared, 8x minus 6. Combine your like terms. Notice how it's always like those diagonals. 5x cubed, 15x cubed, misspoke there, minus 22x squared, 17x, and a minus 6. Just like that, we've gotten the first 10 problems done in the review packet. All right, so the next set of problems, 11 through 16 here, are just like the second set, where notice how it's a leading, it's just x squared, or you have like difference of perfect squares. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. So this one we can go factors of negative 45 that add up to 12. 15 and negative 3 I believe are going to work. So I get x plus 15, x minus 3. I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. I'm giving you some toughies here. Factors of negative 60 that add up to negative 7. Wow! I'll just tell you this, it's 5 and negative 12. Yep, you got to sit there and start listing them all. And hopefully you'll find the one where 5 times negative 12 is negative 60. So I'd be like on 1 and 60, 2 and 30, 3 and 20, 6 and 10, until you get to 5, and I skipped over it, 5 and 12. All right, next one. Difference of perfect squares. Notice how they're perfect squares. So I go 3x, 3x, square root of 49 is plus 7, minus 7, and I got that one done. All right, next one here. Factors of 42 that add up to minus 13. 6 times 7 works, and if you make them both negative, then we're good to go. Difference of perfect squares again. 2x, 2x, that's square root of 4 is 2, so then the x. Square root of 25 is plus 5, minus 5. All right, last one. Factors of 64 that add up to negative 16. I think we know that's going to both be negative 8 and negative 8. So this can be written as x minus 8 times x minus 8. Or you could write it as x minus 8 quantity squared. Kind of talked about that on the last set of notes. All right, just like that, we've already taken care of one page of the review. We're cruising right along. All right, on the back page here, okay, kind of the problems are mixtures. So you have all these trinomials, okay, or you might have 4 terms. So if you look here, I kind of give you 3 different things to kind of look at. Number 1 says, factor out the greatest common factor. This is what you should always do on the problems if you can, no matter what the problem looks like. If they have something in common, factor it out. Then factor more if necessary. However, if you see 4 terms with a cube in it, do that factoring by grouping that we did in our last lesson. Okay? Now, if there's 3 terms and a doesn't equal 1, like you have an ax squared where it's like 3x squared, okay? Use the crisscross x method to create 4 terms, and then factor it by grouping. All right, so let's take a look at examples like this. When I look at the very first one, I only see 2 terms, and I already see that, well, negative 3 and negative 24 have a negative 3 in common. They share x squared in common. So I'm just left with x plus 8. I can distribute and check, and I know that my answer is right. So So that one's just a straight up factoring. This one here, I see that they all share x in common. So when I pull that out, I have x squared plus 9x plus 20. Can I factor it further? Factors of 20 that add up to 9? Absolutely, 4 and 5. So I get x on the outside, x plus 4, x plus 5 in parentheses. Next one, check to see what they have in common, 8 and 50. Let's see, they share a 2, and they also share an x. So I'm left with 4x squared minus 25. Perfect square difference. Gotta factor it farther. So I get 2x plus 5 minus 5. Again, I'm just taking the square roots of these. So I kind of threw a little curveball at you there. All right. 20, 21, 22. This is what we were doing a little bit in the last assignment. This is where I'm going to do this right here. If there's 3 terms, use a crisscross method to create that 4th term. So I'm going to start. 2 times 15. 2 times 15 is 30. Factors of 30 that add to 11. Well, 5 times 6. Oh, that works out nicely. So I can go 2x squared, break this up, 5x plus 6x plus 15. Group the first 2 together. So I have x, 2x plus 5. 6x and 15 only share a 3. I'm left with 2x plus 5s. Notice how those are the same, which is beautiful. So x plus 3 sets of, 2x plus 5s. How about that? Again, you can always check. X times 2x, 2x squared. X times 5 is 5x. 3 times 2x is 6x. 5 and 6 make my 11. 3 times 5, 15. Beautiful. All right, same process here. Crisscross. 3 times negative 12 is negative 36. Must add up to negative 5. 9 times 4, they differ by 5. And if I make the 9 negative, I think I'm good to go. So I have, rewrite this negative 5x as minus 9x and 4x. So carry down the 3x squared and the minus 12. Group the first 2 together. 3 and an x, and I'm left with x minus 3's. Group the second 2 together. Factor out the 4, x minus 3's. So I have 3x plus 4 sets of x minus 3's. All right, just like that. Let's do the last one. 5 times 10 is 50. Factors of 50 that add up to 27. 2 quarters make 50 cents. 2 plus 25 is 27. So I can go 2x, 25x. Bring down the 5x squared. Bring down the 10. So now let's factor by grouping. They share just an x. So I have 5x plus 2. They also share a 5. And I'm left with 5x plus 2. Sweet, they match up. X plus 5 sets of 5x plus 2's. Woo! Okay. All right. Ooh, we still got 3 more of these. Wow, Mr. Bartz, you gave a bunch of these. Well, we're getting close. We only have about 7 more problems for a run through here. So let's do this one. Crisscross, 4 times 5 is 20. Factors of 20 that add up to 12. Well, that's 2 times 10. So I write that as 2x plus 10x. Bring down the 4. So I have 4x squared. Bring down the 5. All right, factor by grouping. They share a 2 and an x. So I'm left with 2x. Remember, when you take everything out, you're left with a 1. They share a 5. Look at that. 2x, pull out 5 out of 5, and you're left with 1. Both the same. So I have 2x plus 5 sets of 2x plus 1's. All right, just like that. That one's done. All right, 3 times 6, crisscross, I get negative 18. Factors of negative 18 that add up to negative 7. How about negative 9 and positive 2? So I go negative 9x and 2x. So 3x squared minus 6. All right, so now I can group the first two together. 3x, so I get x minus 3. And this only has a 2 in common. X minus 3's. Combine the outside. 3x squared plus 2 times x minus 3, or sets of x minus 3's. Woo! All right, last one. I've been talking a lot on this one. All right, crisscross. 2 times 30 is 60. Must add up to 17. I think we had this earlier. Remember when I was saying 5 times 12 is 60? They add up to, oops, I forgot to write the 17 there. Sorry about that. But 5 times 12 will give me 60. So I can rewrite this as 5x plus 12x. So bring down the 2x squared, bring down the 30. Group them. They only share x. 2x plus 5's. 12 and 30, they share a 6. Okay, leaves me 2x plus 5's. So now I have x plus 6 sets of 2x plus 5's. All right. The last set of problems. Oh, all the cubic ones. These are kind of nice. Everything's been kind of grouped together as we've been practicing these. All right, so this is what's nice. It's actually just doing these last couple steps. So you already have 4 terms. Just look at what they have in common. X squared, so I'm left with x plus 5. Negative 6 and minus 30 have minus 6. X, remember the sign changes when you factor out the negative. So the x plus 5's are the same. X squared minus 6 sets of x plus 5's. This one's nice because 6 is not a perfect square. I don't have to factor it any farther. All right, group these two together. They have a 2 and an x in common. Left with x squared. Well, they actually, sorry, almost made that mistake again. Caught it. They actually share a squared in common. So they have shared 2x squared in common. So I'm left with x plus 6. Woo, saved myself there. Second set, they have a 7 in common. X plus 6. Sweet. Same thing as in the parentheses. So I have 2x squared plus 7 sets of x plus 6's. Again, remember, you can always check your work, FOIL this out, and make sure that it does equal what you began with. All right, 2 last problems. All right, so group these two together. They share just an x squared. I'm left with x minus 4. Ooh, negative x plus 4. This one's tricky. You actually have to factor out the negative 1 so that the signs on both of these change to be x minus 4, so the parentheses match up. So I have x squared minus 1 sets of x minus 4. Ooh, this one's a difference of perfect squares. Don't be surprised if I throw something like that at you. Okay, where you have to factor something a little bit farther. Just like that. All right, very last problem. I see a 5 in common, and I see an x squared in common. So I'm left with x plus 3. 9 and 27 have a 9 in common. X plus 3. Same thing in parentheses, which is beautiful. So combine the outsides. 5x squared plus 9 sets of x plus 3's. Woohoo! And that takes care of your review. You'll be working on your test the next couple days. Good luck to you all.